inside of a Houston apartment late last night and then sent disturbing photos of her body to family.
I want to start a YouTube about real shit. Not on here doing makeup, not on here doing weave, on here talking about real shit. There's people dying and getting killed every day out here. Whether it's shot, domestic, police, it's always death. I've been to more funerals than I've been to weddings, more funerals than I've been to baby showers.
Y'all ain't ready for this one. Real talk. This story's gonna mess you up, but you need to hear it. See, Let King went live that day looking like hell warmed over, no cap. Raw as they come. Hair ain't done, face bare, eyes holding the kind of hurt that'll make you turn away from the screen. But she wasn't asking for pity, nah? She was dropping truth bombs about how love turned lethal in these streets. "I done seen more caskets than wedding cakes," she said, and man, you could feel that pain through the phone. What she didn't know? She was basically writing her own obituary. 'Cause 3 days later, her man Michael, the same dude who used to bring her flowers and talk about forever, put 3 bullets in her chest right there in her Houston apartment. Just like that, another sister gone. And here's the kicker that'll really get you twisted. Her twin Lima got murked the exact same way by her own man decades before. 2 sisters, same script, different devil. Both thought they found love, both found graves instead. This ain't just another story about domestic violence, fam. This is about how the game stays rigged, and how speaking truth can't always save you from it. Let King hit that live button looking like she'd been through hell and back. No filter, no fake smile, just straight up truth staring into that camera. She wasn't trying to go viral or sell nobody nothing. Homegirl came to drop some real talk about the pain that was eating her alive. When she spoke, it wasn't no whisper either. Her voice cut through all the noise like a damn machete. "Y'all, I've been to more funerals than cookouts," she said, and you could feel that hurt bleeding through the screen. "More goodbyes than hot meals in my own crib. People dropping like flies out here, getting popped in the streets, beat down in their own homes, murdered by the same folks who's supposed to protect them. Ain't nobody safe. Not the kids, not the elders. Hell, not even me." She wasn't just running her mouth for likes and comments. Nah, she was speaking cause pain had moved into her house and made itself comfortable. Pain had been sleeping in her sister's bed, answering calls on her sister's phone when her sister couldn't breathe no more. See, Let used to be a twin. Her sister Lima came into this world right behind her, just a few minutes late to the party. They shared everything, bottles, secrets, dreams of making it out the hood. But 24 years before Let took her last breath, Lima got snatched from this world too early. Wasn't no car accident. Wasn't no cancer. Was a man who swore up and down he loved her. June 18th, 2025, that's when Let went to join her sister in that cold silence. Right there in her Houston apartment, the same place where love used to live. Same dude who used to bring her roses and talk about wedding rings. Michael, that's who put the gun to her chest and pulled that trigger without blinking twice. 2 sisters, 2 coffins, both killed by love that turned toxic. This ain't just another sad story y'all gonna scroll past. This is the real deal. What keeps happening when we ain't paying attention? This about a woman who tried to love with her whole heart and ended up with bullets in her chest instead of a ring on her finger. This is Let King's story. The twin, the mama, the woman who loved too damn hard and lost everything she had. Let King entered the world with fists balled and lungs full of thunder. She was born just minutes after her twin sister, Lima, but from the start, she was louder, bolder, brighter. If Lima was a quiet stream, Let was a rushing river. Where Lima whispered, Let roared. They grew up together like 2 halves of the same sky. They dressed alike as children, braided each other's hair, and made promises in the dark. They stayed close through school, through heartbreaks, through growing up. Even when life moved fast, they moved together. Then came babies, almost at the same time. Diaper bags, bottles, late-night calls. They raised their children like siblings. Every weekend was a sleepover. Every photo had both of them smiling, arms around each other. Lima, soft and gentle. Let, loud and fierce. One heart split in two bodies. But in 2001, the world flipped over. Lima was murdered by the man she once trusted, the father of her child. It didn't happen on a dark street. It happened in the place she thought was safe. The place love was supposed to live. Let broke. She didn't just lose her sister. She lost the other half of her soul. It was as if her own body forgot how to breathe. She screamed. She cried. She held Lima's clothes like they were warm skin. But the world didn't rewind. She built a Facebook page for Lima. Not just for memories, but to keep her alive in some small way. The page filled with photos, poems, heartbreak, and prayers. A digital altar. Her grief sat beside her every day, like a shadow that never left the room. She tried to move forward, but never really did. She raised her children. She worked. She smiled when people were watching. But inside, something had frozen. That grief, the one that stole her sister and bent her heart, never went away. And one day, it found her again. By 2019, Let King was holding it all together on the surface. A single mom, clocking in long shifts at Memorial Hermann Hospital in Houston. Scrubs on, smile tight, always tired. Her life was a loop. Wake, work, mother, repeat. Dreams of more were shelved for later. For stability. For survival. Then Michael Ellis entered her world. He wasn't just another man. He was smooth-talking, funny, and attentive in the beginning. He looked at Let like she was the only woman in the room. And Let, grieving, giving, glowing, wanted to believe in something again. He seemed broken, yes. But she saw past that. She didn't just fall for Michael. She chose him. Believed she could be the calm to his chaos. His anchor. His healing. But Michael wasn't just wounded. He was carrying an entire war inside him. Behind the smiles and promises, Michael had a long history of severe mental illness, paranoid schizophrenia, violent episodes, and deep-rooted instability. The signs were there early on. Jealousy, mood swings, disturbing thoughts, bursts of rage. But Let loved the way she always had, fully, blindly, with her whole heart. She saw the man he could be, not always the man he was. At first, things looked picture-perfect. There were TikTok videos of them laughing together, dancing, a ring on her finger, matching shirts. He called her wifey. They posted like a couple deeply in love. But underneath the filters, a different story was unraveling. Her posts shifted. Let began sharing videos with cryptic captions about betrayal, exhaustion, heartbreak. Her tone changed. Her smile, a little tighter. The sparkle in her eyes, dimmer. Still, she stayed. Then left. Then came back. Again. It wasn't just a love story. It was a cycle. Each time she left, her followers hoped it was the last. But she wasn't done yet. In 2021, Michael Ellis got down on one knee. Let said yes. There was no grand ceremony, just a promise, a dangerous one. Behind the filtered smiles and TikTok reels was a woman trying to convince herself that love could still win. But what followed wasn't a fairy tale. It was a slow unraveling. Almost immediately after the engagement, Let's energy shifted. Her once vibrant posts became dimmer, haunted by exhaustion and coded cries for help. She started writing things that felt like confessions hidden in plain sight. I stayed with a man who continuously hurt me, watched me break into a million pieces with zero motion on his face. Those weren't lyrics or fiction. They were her life. She stopped sharing dance videos. Her captions turned cryptic, then chilling. Friends noticed bruises not explained. The sparkle in her smile was long gone. It wasn't just about heartbreak anymore. It was about survival. Still, she tried. They broke up, then tried again. Her mother, desperate to see her daughter whole, urged her to forgive, to rebuild. So Let reconciled, gave it one last chance. But even in that second or third chance, the love was gone. What lingered was tension, silence, emotional distance so cold it felt like violence. By early 2025, Let made a final decision. It was over, really over. She told her friends. She told her family. She told her thousands of followers. But what people don't always understand is, when you leave someone like Michael Ellis, it's never just over. Not for him. Not for her. It was June 18th, 2025. Just after 11 p.m., Houston police were called to what seemed like an isolated gunshot wound. A man injured, lying somewhere between life and regret. But before they could even stabilize the scene, a second call shattered everything. A woman's voice trembled through the phone. "My brother just told me he killed his girlfriend." Her brother was Michael Ellis. Officers rerouted. SWAT was dispatched to Let's apartment. They arrived fast, but not fast enough. Let King was already gone. Shot. Lifeless. Her body left in the silence of the home where she once danced, laughed, and believed love could heal a broken man. But Michael didn't just kill her. He documented it. He took photos of her corpse. Then, in one of the cruelest acts imaginable, he sent those images to her family, her mother, her siblings. People who loved her most had to see her like that. Not through memories, but through horror. Her family panicked. They didn't know if they were next. They fled their homes, locked their doors, hid their children. They didn't know if Michael was coming for them too. This wasn't just murder. This was terror. Psychological torture. Michael Ellis was found later, near Willowbrook Mall. He wasn't armed, wasn't fighting, wasn't screaming. He was calm, quiet, as if nothing happened. Another man who murdered a woman and walked into custody without a bruise. Let's family isn't just grieving. They're shattered, paralyzed by rage, hollowed by pain. Her children, now motherless, ask questions too heavy for their young hearts to carry. Her mother, forced to stand at yet another gravesite, relives the same nightmare. Burying a second daughter taken by the same monster, domestic violence. Same age, same cause, nearly the same date, 24 years apart. How does a mother survive that twice? Michael Ellis was charged with murder and the unlawful distribution of intimate visual material. His bond was set at $915,000. And even now, there are whispers, rumors that he may claim insanity, that he might dodge the full weight of justice. But what about Let? Who speaks for the woman who stayed too long because she believed in love? Who defends the mother who wanted to be better, do better, for herself and her babies? Let should still be here. She should be posting about her son's first day of school, going live on Facebook to laugh with friends, glowing with healing. She was doing the work. She wanted out. But Michael made sure she never got the chance. Her funeral was held on July 5th. She will be laid to rest near her twin sister. Another woman murdered too soon. Two women. One graveyard. One legacy. A tragedy repeated. How many more black women have to die before we stop telling them to be strong? Before we stop asking them to fix broken men and survive love that's killing them? This isn't a rare story. That's what makes it terrifying. Let King is not an exception. She's a reflection of a crisis we've normalized. She deserved more than a hashtag. She deserved protection, joy, rest. She deserved to grow old. Don't let her story fade. Share it. Say her name. Demand justice that goes beyond courtrooms. Subscribe to this channel. We don't tell these stories for shock. We tell them because silence kills. Help us amplify them until every sister is safe. Until none of this feels familiar. Rest in power, Let King. May your name echo louder than the pain. May you find in death the peace this world refused to give.